Recording in progress.
Good morning. It is October 25th, 2024 at 11 a.m. Harney County is in session for the special session to deal with a few last minute important items. If I could ask everybody to stand and please join me in the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Okay, as discussed in our previous county court session on the 16th?
Yes.
Yes, October 16th. We discussed the drought declaration and the timeliness of getting it done. So that's the primary reason why we are here today. I see Commissioner Shellman coming, so I'll wait just a minute or two before we go any further. Hello. As I was saying, from our October 16th, 2024 county court session, we had discussed the declaration of drought for Harney County and needed to have those documents drawn up, a letter and resolution. And that's primarily why we're here today. We did add a couple of things if everybody is okay with it. Building department slipped in an IGA with Wallowa County. And just some, again, continuing the discussion of the board assignments for different various county boards. If that's okay, are those two, everything okay with you?
I did not have time to look and see about the accuracy. I'd already shared with you what I'd had, and so.
Did you see that I sent one yesterday that there was way more up to date?
I haven't, I had.
But she had one from 2021.
So I have not had time to.
There's more accurate.
Okay, all right. So we'll scratch that item then from the agenda and pick it up again on the next regular county court session.
That'd be perfect. And I'll get with her prior to double check any of it.
Okay. Just a couple of short notice things that we thought we'd slip in there so we could try and get some advertising in.
I didn't have time with that. We've already had the discussion with Wallowa, so I'm totally comfortable with adding that.
Okay. All right. So I guess, I mean, if we do this just like normal county court, take a motion to accept the agenda for today with the deletion noted.
I move to accept today's agenda with the deletion of item 6, boards and committee appointments and terms.
I'll second. Motion's been made and seconded to accept today's agenda with the noted deletion changes. Any further discussion? And all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, and opposed, motion carries. Public attendees, there's nobody else in the room, so I guess we can get past that. And then the first item up is the drought declaration. I had the emergency manager, Todd, prepare the letter, and we prepared a resolution as well. Has everybody had a chance to review it?
Yeah, I shared some additional resources with her between the 16th and when she's been out of town obviously for meetings, and so I shared some additional information from the USDA with her, and so she included some of that language into here, and then she also found a data point that she thought would be very useful as she looks at other things emergency management wise from that information that was shared. And so I really appreciate her, even though she's out of town and at those conferences, being able to pull this together and make some improvements to some of the language. And so
can you forward your email string with her so we can read up on that?
Yeah, some of that was, so I went clear back to when Miss Settle was with the county and had done this in 2023, and so I shared all those emails with Melinda. Cause she had, Miss Settle had talked to the FSA office.
I
And
don't
had
remember the
gotten
nature
some
of,
resources, so it's
that topic.
mostly just livestock programs that are available.
Okay.
Data on the USDA websites, how that intersects with program opportunities, if you have drought declarations, fire and other things. Obviously with the smoke inhalation here, I think there's, stuff that they're doing right now, but we want to make sure that as we put this drought declaration forward and she's highlighted, some of that impact to us, that we get full benefits that are available.
well, if you would
to
forward it,
producers.
since you won't be on the court in a while, I'd appreciate it. And we have it too,
Yeah, like I say,
in a nice
but
format. where
she
you've
did
already-
get some of that. A lot of it is, readily available on their site and, I think having the local FSA folks come in periodically, Holly, would be a great thing, just as they have programs available. It'd be one more avenue for them to help get that word out.
Okay.
They obviously send letters to producers and do stuff, but sometimes due to capacity, it doesn't seem like it gets advertised out quite as well. And so that's one agency that we could reach out to maybe on a more frequent basis and get
Which
updates
agency
from
is that?
the USDA Farm Service Agency.
So what part of this document we're looking at was changed with your
It's just, she
input?
said she cleaned up some language. I didn't compare from the last one to this one. She just told me that she cleaned up
Yeah,
some
'cause I-
language after reading.
I
it.
had provided her with the previous copy as a go by. So
Yeah.
However she come up with it. I'm
Yeah,
sure
she
it's-
had that and
I mean,
then she just
I didn't see
cleaned up a
huge
little bit,
change
no,
in it
just
when I reread it.
little things that she is gleaning and then thinking about now that she sees. She didn't know what the FSA and USDA programs were, and so she's getting more familiar with that. That isn't something she's intersected with until now.
So I don't see any mention of the USDA
No,
FSA
so
in
what
here.
this,
That was just,
what this does is it moves up the food chain from the state and then to the federal level. That's where that gets impacted. So once we're into a D1 drought, that allows our producers eligibility for certain programs.
so, but as far as the letter goes and the information that you provided
We
to her,
don't
it's
have to
for more,
mention.
for
the
more
FSA.
internal
Yes,
controls and
it's part
process.
of that step-by-step process from the local government to the state and then the state to the feds.
Okay,
Judge, what change did you make, if any?
I didn't make any,
Okay,
I didn't make any changes. Again,
I mean, I read it clean and it read fine, and it didn't jump out at me,
She
major
thought it
changes.
flowed a little better after she just made some minor tweaks to the previous document from 2023.
and I'm good with that. I was, I didn't compare the two to each other, so.
Yeah, I didn't have, she and I talked on the phone. I shared those resources with her and she did see some data points in there. She's like, oh, we're actually considered to be like a 0.7 for, impact from policies and everything else on the federal level. And so it was one of those things where she was thinking, this is things I can include in grant information into the future to show why we should be prioritized for that. Right. And so she, like say, gained some.
Contributing factors, basically.
Right. Yeah, that makes us more vulnerable as things occur.
Yeah. So we need to execute the resolution first,
Mhm.
or adopt the resolution first. And I think it's pretty straightforward. Resolution 2024-32 in the matter of declaring a state of drought emergency in Harney County. This being the 25th day of October 2024, and a day set aside for a special session of the Harney County Court, and there being present Bill Hart, County Judge, Kristen Shellman, County Commissioner, and Patty Doro, County Commissioner. And whereas information has been provided to Harney County Court that a drought is occurring in Harney County and that protective actions may be or are required to protect the citizens of Harney County. Whereas the U.S. Secretary of Agriculture has designated Harney County as a contiguous disaster county due to drought, enabling producers in the county eligible for emergency aid with a moderate drought monitor condition. Whereas the National Drought Mitigation Center has listed a large portion of Harney County as moderate drought. Whereas unless weather conditions improve, sustainability to above normal conditions, water users who rely on stored water will have a shortened water use season. And depending upon the priority date of their water right, water users who rely on stream flows will have sustainably less water available in a short.
Substantially less.
Correction. Stream flows will have substantially less water available and a shortened water use season. Whereas the above conditions will result in severe economic hardship to Harney County, including shortages of livestock forage, loss of agricultural interests, and increased chance of wildlife.
Fire.
Wildfire. I'm seeing one thing and saying another.
I sound rude when I do that, but I'm just kidding.
No, it's all right. Cause I looked at it twice and I'm like,
No, I understand, believe me.
now therefore be it resolved that a state of emergency exists in Harney County due to drought conditions. The Harney County Drought Emergency Management Plan has been implemented. Due to the state of emergency, the Harney County Court does hereby request and entreat the Honorable Tina Kotek, Governor of the State of Oregon, to declare a state of emergency, a drought to exist in all of Harney County, Oregon, under ORS 536, due to severe and continuing drought conditions beginning at this time and continuing for an unknown period of time, and direct the Oregon Water Resource Department to provide all available means of assistance to Harney County agricultural producers, temporary transfer of water rights, emergency water use permits, and use of existing option/agreement, and other federal and state drought assistance programs as needed. Direct Office of Emergency Management to coordinate and assist as needed to address current and projected conditions in Harney County. And C, direct all other state agencies to coordinate with the above agencies and to provide appropriate state resources as determined necessary to assist those affected in Harney County. Done and dated this 25th day of October 2024. Any discussion on the resolution?
Yeah, so as you can see, the letter kind of talks more to the state. The resolution is our resolution that states what resources we're wanting pulled in.
Yeah. Resolution being the official document requesting the declaration from the governor.
Mhm. So I make a motion to approve resolution 2024-32 in the matter of declaring a state of drought emergency in Harney County as read.
I second.
A motion has been made and seconded to approve resolution 2024-32 in the matter of declaring a state of drought emergency in Harney County as read and discussed. Any further discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye, and opposed? And hearing none, motion carries.
This may be something Holly may want to put on Facebook at some point, so our public is aware that way.
And I did reach out to a person that serves on the FSA committee to let them know that we were getting ready to do this so that they could make sure the local FSA was aware.
So when they start getting phone calls, they'll, yeah.
Well, and it's a
And how are the FSA
process.
committee members signed or by the state or by?
It's a process that goes out in the mail from the FSA. Yes. And just, to know, the FSA is not currently in their regular building. They are the Forest Service office.
Is their building still under construction?
That is still under construction.
Okay, then, so then, the letter to accompany the resolution. Is there any further discussion on that?
No.
Okay, then, don't know if we need to make a motion to sign the letter. We've already done the resolution just with our signatures on it.
I believe so. Did the date get changed on it? Cause it was dated the 8th. I didn't, I got
Oh,
caught
yeah,
versus
maybe
what was
we
in the
should-
file.
Maybe, can Holly
Can you
make that
reprint that?
change?
Let
or-
me look online and see.
Online, it's showing the 18th.
Probably when,
I think
Yeah,
we're
emergency
thinking we might
management.
get to it then.
that's probably when she dated it, not on.
Yeah, I have the PDF, but let me see if I have the Word document, because that would make it a lot easier.
And if not, I'm not sure if the dates are making or breaking on this.
Maybe it's in an email that Melinda sent me.
While she is looking for that. There. Have you sent? This is Patty's list. Wolf Advisory, do you have this stuff, Commissioner Fallon? Like on the Wolf Advisory Committee, Budget Committee, Fair Board, Library Advisory Board.
I put the wrong date in. I'm the day behind, guys.
Did you find a word?
I did, and I printed it out.
So we've already signed, nothing else changed but the date, reflecting October 25th, 2024. Just for the record that it is, nothing else has been amended on that letter. This morning or afterwards, whatever, you scan this stuff and send it to Melinda.
Yep.
And then she can up channel it. Next quick topic then is IGA for building department services between Harney County and Wallowa County. I've read it, I've been in discussion with the building official. I think it's good, we're helping provide services to, that hopefully will be more timely services to our neighbor counties. And let's be honest, it creates a little revenue too for Harney County, so.
Well, I like it because, you know, in, item number 3, you know, when it calls out building inspectors, it says virtually, plan reviewers digitally, you know, so it, you know, that shows that a lot of that work is gonna be via that way of doing business.
There will be
Which is
very
doable.
little travel involved, other than the fact that the building official may travel to Wallowa County to attend a county court session, introduce himself, and
Anybody else he needs to.
Yeah,
Yeah.
normally, when the state provides these.
Whoops, I just caught something I didn't see before. It says Grant County instead of Wallowa County.
Oh. His says below.
Oh, really?
This might be, well, was that the one that you sent out first initially?
And then this is the one.
Yeah,
I just.
so the building official came back in yesterday, said that
Oh.
he had found some
Oh,
some
Did you
errors.
send that out?
It's
I don't
on,
know.
it's online correctly.
Okay. In the town cloud?
That's what I pulled this up. to understand.
Okay, good, never mind.
So we should be.
So anyways, as I was saying,
Hard when you're cutting and pasting from a previous agreement.
Yeah, I was like, I could see where that would happen, I was just like, oops.
normally when the state would provide these services, and as they had done for Harney County, until we acquired and hired a building official with the certifications necessary, the state would conduct these processes, and the state would keep 90% of every dollar for fees. this agreement, Wallowa County will keep 15%. And the county and Harney County will get 85%. So it's,
And the length of time it would take the state to get around to it, based on their own workload, would really slow things
Yeah.
down, which was very hard on the contractors and developers.
so I'm hoping, as I mentioned, that it'll be a more timely arrangement for Wallowa County.
Well, do you have a sense of how our, building department is, their pace of work is going with already having Grant County, and do they have Baker as well?
They do not have Baker. There has been some talk potentially. But that'll be up to Baker County, obviously, and what they decide to do to move forward with their program. But the state had been doing their inspections and reviews. And the individual from the state that had been doing that process is retiring. My understanding that the state is not intending to refill that position and is,
Oh, really?
yeah, and is gonna try to turn it over to Baker County. That'll be up to Baker County if they wanna integrate those processes into their program, or if they wanna maybe look at us. I don't know. I don't even know any more than that at this time.
The only change that the document still needs though is on the signature page. Wallowa is not a county court, it's a board of commissioners.
Oh,
Grant
yeah.
County was a county court, and so that was not caught.
Yeah.
So just if it could be changed to Wallowa County Board of Commissioners and all of them listed as commissioner.
Do you have the Word document on
I
it?
do.
And on their website, it doesn't indicate one of them even being a chair, you know, some have chairs or have specific.
So the county, and then instead of saying county judge, just replace that with commissioner as well.
No, I haven't even been able to open it yet.
Okay.
You guys are going
Sorry.
really fast.
Sorry,
We're excited to go to lunch today.
yeah.
Or the dentist.
Okay, so that needs to say will allow a board of commissioners.
Wallowa County Board of
Wallowa
Commissioners.
County Board.
And then what's the second one?
Instead of saying county judge under Wallowa, it should just say commissioner. And Holly, you're gonna shoot me.
You know what? I'm thinking that Holly, I'm thinking this Wallowa County email for their treasurer is incorrect. I think it would probably be Wallowa County or.gov, because it's not, you know, how it didn't default to blue. So I'm thinking maybe it's incorrect.
We might have a couple more changes.
Okay.
So this one
Said
right
treasurer.
here,
Yeah,
November
WC
1st.
Trez at Wallowa County or.gov. They don't have or in there, in this document of ours.
Need that changed to another one.
Yeah, we might need to add OR to the email address on page
See
4.
if I can find them there. I
Well,
guess I-
any of their
I have
employees.
right here where-
WallowaCounty.gov is probably supposed to be, and I think Commissioner Shelman's looking right now, but it probably should be Wallowa County OR.gov like ours, but she's,
Let me, well, I'll just.
if you click on,
I have under Susan's co.wallowa.or.us. Maybe they've changed it even since
Wow.
that. Let me see when I pulled up an email from them last.
just click on email and see what it gives you if you're, because if you were gonna.
Go to the book or any of those that have somebody on there who needs to.
The one that Rick Stopper asked me to forward this to Sierra Radford for Wallowa, and her email is wallawacounty.gov.
It
Oh.
is.
Yeah, it is
Okay,
County.
all right. I just thought maybe it
I
was
see
an
that
oversight
in Susan's.
because it doesn't highlight as,
That just means they didn't hit the tab button
Oh.
when they wrote it, but I can fix that for you. Anything else?
nope,
Going once?
let's quit looking at it.
Yeah, they're still answering emails from their old one.
Yeah,
Like
that
we
was,
are,
that was my mistake, and I guess that
Yeah.
was what it was. But what I did was I hit tab and it still didn't do it, so that's why I thought it might be, well. That seemed a little weird that it wouldn't have a state designated in it. There's probably a developed county in the US somewhere.
There always seems to be duplicate.
I know,
They got the domain before any other Wallowa County did.
maybe so.
Okay, it's highlighted now.
I'm thinking they did it the first of the year. They changed to .gov just the first of the year. All their emails in 2023 have the old.
So unless there's any other discussion, I will make a motion to approve the intergovernmental agreement for building department services between Harney County and Wallowa County as described in the intergovernmental agreement.
A second,
A motion has been made and seconded to approve intergovernmental agreement between Harney County and Wallowa County for building department services. All in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Right.
And opposed? And hearing none, motion carries. And that brings us to the end of our agenda. Any further discussion? Hearing none, then I shall say that our Harney County Court Special Session is adjourned.
I was at good, but